Describe like the Sacramento and Northern California music scene.
It's very diverse, to say the least. But despite all the different genres and everything, it's very, it's like a community because like all of the bands support each other. There's always going to be those like outliers, but overall everyone's super supportive no matter what genre you are, no matter like how big or small your band is.
Exactly. Like everyone supports each other. Even like, we'll get rappers coming out to punk shows and vice versa, and collaborations and stuff like that, which is really cool.
Yeah, I noticed it was a lot like the I used to live in Minnesota, so it's a lot like the Midwest scene too.
Really?
And, yeah.
That's actually
like it's not
cool
like
compliment.
the exact same,
well, I know
but
what you
it's
mean,
a lot like the Midwest DIY scene too.
Yeah.
And it's really nice.
That's really cool. That's actually like really nice that you said that, because the Midwest scene here is like Midwest emo is the shit. It's like the cool
really
stuff.
This reminds me of it a lot. Like I went to shows in people's like basements and garages and stuff.
That's
with
super
like
cool.
Shitty fairy lights and Christmas lights all around. It's like
That's hella sick.
What are 2 words you describe your sound as?
Like
As
not
using genres.
Sad.
Sad and angry.
Sad and angry. No, I would say vulnerable. I would say vulnerable is actually a good
That's a
word
really
to
good
describe
word.
it. Vulnerable. There's not another good word. That's the only good one. Vulnerable and sad. Yeah.
Can we expect any shows out of like the West Coast anytime soon?
Oh yeah, no, we're summer we're trying to get a big tour together, and that's kind of been the next step for a bit now, because we did a 2-week tour last summer and we went down to San Diego and back up, and it was really cool, but now we want to get more like Pacific Northwest and more into like Arizona, Nevada and stuff
Midwest
like that.
emo.
Midwest emo.
Dude, we pop off there soon in the next year, so we'll be branching out more.
What are your dream bands to tour with?
Is this like just dream
Like
big
all
or
time-
Like
realistically?
any band
any
ever.
band.
If
Any
you could,
band ever?
Yeah, and you can choose as many as you want.
Yeah.
Okay, the reason I started writing for this band was listening to Joyce Manor, so they'd probably be one of the ones up there. On the other hand, one of my all-time favorite bands is Linkin Park, so like completely different.
Yeah. Nirvana would have been sick.
Nirvana.
Yeah. This band called Boxcar Racer, I don't know if you're familiar with them.
I
It's
haven't heard of them, but they sound pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a Blink-182 side project, and it's more like emo and stuff like that.
Knocked Loose.
Yeah, knock loose.
Oh god.
Just anything with high energy. and,
Yeah.
Like, shows that are like that.
Yeah.
Lil Peep. We used to describe
Yes.
our music as, what was it? SoundCloud rappers, but with instruments, yeah.
It's the best way.
It's pretty accurate. For being
Best way
completely
to
honest.
describe it, yeah.
Anything like specific inspired you to start making music?
For me, it was, I don't know, my dad was always like in a band and stuff like that when I was growing up, and I played guitar when I was younger, and then I quit for like, super long until like right before freshman year, and I found Blink-182, and they were like my idol band, all the energy and stuff like that. I thought it was awesome, and just sharing stuff like that with people, I think, was kind of the reason why. I think for me.
For me, I had a musical family. Like my dad played guitar, my uncle played guitar, and then I always like just learned Nirvana songs and Alice in Chains, and then I started learning like Metallica and heavier stuff, and then I kind of shifted to drums for a little bit and played in a Green Day ripoff band for 4 years, and then but in that process I started like just becoming a songwriter more, and I found out it was a good release to like get out your feelings and just like have that creativity to put out there, and that's what really got me going, especially with what we do for this project now.
Yeah. Like being able to just kind of like release it is better than just keeping it pent up.
Oh,
Exactly.
totally.
Yeah, that's kind of why I still.
What do you think people assume when they hear your music?
Oh, they think we're some sad-ass motherfuckers. They think we're like the most depressed pieces of shit ever. No, I've gotten that, actually. I was hanging out with somebody and she was like, yeah, you guys just seem like womanizers. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, The other day I was gonna wear stripes and plaid together. Like, I don't know what you mean by that.
Yikes.
Yeah, no, I think we give off a really sad vibe, but we're not that sad.
Yeah.
But if we were sad, that would be okay.
You're like sad but also loud and
Yeah.
fun.
I feel like we give off a good energy, but like that like emo like
you could cry to it, but you could also dance
But
to
you
it
could also
aggressively.
dance to it,
exactly.
yeah.
Like I love writing music that you can both cry and mosh to, and I hope that's like people's takeaway from a show.
It's like Knocked Loose, but a little bit more sad.
Yeah,
A
it's
little
like
bit less
it's like Knocked
aggressive.
Loose, but with some singing, and that's about it.
Any plans for new music soon?
Yeah, no, we're our drummer right now, Antonio, goes to school in Iowa, so he's coming back in December for winter break, and we're going to do a whole bunch of recording. And 2020, we're planning on dropping a few different collections of songs and stuff like that within like the first part, from like spring to summer. There's going to be a whole bunch of new stuff out.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
How do you think your fans reacted when you released Doors?
I got mostly good feedback. There were
Yeah.
a couple people that were a little nitpicky, and I guess not rightfully so, but it kind of made sense. Some people kind of took the message a little bit differently than what I intended it, but I think more than anything, people were just happy that we released music.
Yeah. No, the response from it was really humbling. It was really cool.
Yeah.
Our music video got like more views than I thought it would, period, in 1 week. You know, it was something that like you always dream about, like, man, I can't wait to release a music video and it's going to get views and people are going to comment and subscribe and like it and actually follow and stuff like that. And to see it actually happen is really, really cool.
Yeah, it's coming up on 3,000 views
Yeah.
or something like that, and it came out in June. I mean, for a band our size and a
Yeah.
band that's as new as we are, we've only been a band for like a year now, and that's like he said,
It's
really
a huge
humbling.
honor. It's
Yeah.
a huge honor.
Yeah.
If you were to choose a single grocery store to shop at for the rest of your life, what would you choose?
Not Rayleigh's, Bel Air, or Nob Hill. I fucking hate Bel Air.
Does
And I'm
Hot
good that
Topic
this is
count?
on video.
He had to hold you do this.
Target. I could get everything I need at Target if I think about it. And it's not, you know, like Target groceries aren't too like
They're okay.
Target groceries, you know.
Sometimes they don't have what you need, but for the most
But-
part, it's pretty okay.
Yeah, and like
Walmart.
I don't like Walmart. I've had nothing but bad experiences
World.
at Walmart.
Yeah.
Like, let this be known to everyone that Damian Whitaker of Paper Airplanes does not like Walmart.
Oh, yeah. I go to Walmart to buy.
Okay,
the
it's not
ball
even
fell off of
it's
mine.
not even the
just
groceries or anything. It's just like I've had such bad experiences with the people at Walmart every time I go that it's just like it's
Yeah.
ruining it
Yeah,
for me.
we stood at like the jewelry counter for an hour once. And it was just like, please, I need to go home
Yeah.
and just shove something in my face and go to bed. It's 9 p.m. I have school tomorrow.
yeah.
I'd probably go 7-Eleven. I get more food from there than anything.
It's just groceries, so it's like you can go other places to get stuff. You just like you can go to 7-Eleven for food and then Target, but you can't get food. The food part just disappears for you and you only.
Well, Target has Starbucks in it too, so
Oh yeah,
I would
never,
take advantage
never
of that
mind.
as well.
It's Target.
Well, I mean, you could still go to the Starbucks.
But
not
it's already
grocery.
right there, you
Yeah,
know.
The
that's
convenience
Two in one.
is just
Yeah.
unmatched.
Describe your band as one inanimate object that obviously isn't a paper airplane.
We couldn't just hand it to you like that.
An umbrella. I don't know. Yeah, an umbrella. An umbrella. I don't know. It's just the first thing that came to my head. I don't know.
A really worn down flannel.
Yeah.
Like a flannel you've owned since you were a child. Like it's your
Yeah.
dad's, and
That-
you've just grown into it.
No, it's like that flannel you get when you're 12 and you're like, yeah, I'll grow into this one day, but right now it's like really big and then you finally grow into it kind of thing.
Yeah.
When I was 3 years old, my parents gave me a Marilyn Manson shirt for some reason, and it would like come down to my legs like right here, and now it's too small for me. It's surreal.
I still have one of those shirts. It's way too big for me. It's the Ronald Reagan shirt.
How would you say like the West Coast DIY scene differs from like other scenes?
I haven't seen a lot of other scenes, to be completely honest, so I'm not sure.
I think the West Coast scene itself is pretty diverse. I mean, you have bands in like the Sacramento, Northern California area, which involves like Auburn and kind of Grass Valley-ish.
Yeah.
And then you got bands more towards the Bay. And then you have SoCal, and all of those scenes are totally different.
Yeah.
But it's really cool because everybody helps each other out. Like even tonight we're playing with some dudes who are from San Diego. We've been friends with them for a couple years now, and it's cool to get to see them come here, and we get to play out there with them and stuff like that.
California is basically like the Midwest is one state. Because
Yeah.
driving across it takes the same time. It's like I could drive from my house in Minnesota to Ohio in the same time it'd take me to drive to LA. Specific bands that inspired you?
Bands that inspired you.
There's a lot. There's a lot. Probably lyrically, I really like this band McCafferty.
I know them.
Yeah, no, they're really, really dark, but
Yeah.
I really admire what they do. Same thing with the Front Bottoms, but they're like the less sad and more just like
Yeah, it's like,
stoner
but you can just
version.
kind of feel the emotion in it because
Yeah,
it's not
exactly.
like smooth and nice. It's just like,
It's so
I'm sad.
Yeah,
it's so
and you must know.
straightforward. I don't even
Yeah.
listen to them that much, but like it's very straightforward and really
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
I love
Like they
it.
don't sugarcoat anything.
Yeah. No, them and a lot of Joyce Manor, I think, and Nirvana.
Yeah, Joyce Manor, Nirvana. I keep coming back to the same bands, but like even Knocked Loose, like they have like vein varials, like hardcore music, and then also on the flip side, like Hobo Johnson, who's from here in Sac, and then Mom Jeans, and then like all of these different.
Love him. Oh my god.
Like it's so diverse. Like my favorite bands growing up were like Linkin Park, Metallica, and System of a Down. Now I listen to a bunch of sad music and a bunch of way angrier music, but like they all have their own way of like influencing.
When I was like 11, I was like, I listened to MCR, Bring Me the Horizon, Sleeping in Silence, and All Time Low, and that's it.
See, that's how I was and still am. Just like I expanded.
Yeah,
a
it's
little
like I still listen to them. I just listen to these bands more.
Yeah.
Like it just changes all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah. What kind of music should we expect in the future? Like, will you change your sound? Will you keep kind of the same genre? Anything
We're
like
evolving.
that?
Yeah, I would say we're becoming more diverse, I think.
Because we can have like the pop punk sound that comes from like some of Jake's influences, and then
Yeah.
like the harder stuff that comes from my influence, and then Antonio has his jazz background in drumming, and Brady has like a classic rock but also like modern metal and just like all over the place.
Yeah. No, we're really trying to be as diverse as we can with our next few releases. We want to make sure, we could play shows with indie bands, or we could play shows with harder bands, or we could play with pop punk bands, and
Yeah. not
all
feel like
that.
out
Just
of
kind of
place.
just kind of do all we can, because we feel like, we have such different backgrounds, but we all come together and it works really well.
Yeah.
Oh, any
I feel like a lot of these questions are repeated because we didn't expect that answer.
yeah, any tour plans for 2020?
Yeah, no, we're trying to get at least a couple weeks in 2020 during summer, and
Maybe a little weekend runs here and there if we
yeah,
can.
whatever we can do, really. Yeah,
As you move like more to the west, it's just like everything gets bigger.
yeah,
Like all the states are bigger, and it's like in the Midwest, it's just like here, and like in the Midwest, especially like up in the East Coast, it's just like here's 20 states. You can drive across all of them in 6 hours. Not 20 states, but like here's 5.
Yeah,
You can just drive straight across them in like 7 hours.
damn,
What would you say your favorite sitcom is?
Scrubs. Scrubs, I fucking love Scrubs.
You just knew your answer right away.
No, I love that show. Are you kidding?
I've been ready for this question your entire life.
Yeah.
I
You don't really watch sitcoms, huh?
don't. No, I watch a lot of cartoons.
I think, what would Antonio say? Antonio's favorite sitcom. Oh, wait, no, I like My Name is Earl, too. That show's really funny, if you're familiar with it.
I kind of got into How I Met Your Mother, but then the ending like pissed me off, so I just don't like.
Secret
that
Life
show.
of American Teenager, too. I watched all that
The
show.
Office, what the fuck?
Yeah, I guess that,
The Office
if that's
is like the
considered
only
a sitcom.
show I can. I think it
but-
is.
If that's considered a sitcom, then yeah, I'll go with The Office.
I'd say it's a
the
sitcom.
first like 6 seasons.
I don't know. I don't
Yes.
watch TV because I don't have the attention span for it, and I just fall asleep. So like, I don't know what's considered a sitcom or not.
Other than that, I just watch Rick and Morty and Metalocalypse on repeat. That's like all I watch.
That's valid.
Have you watched Parks and Rec?
Yeah.
I watched a little bit. I never got that into it. Should I?
Yes,
Okay.
please. Oh my god. Can we expect anything from Paper Airplanes by the end of this year?
Like before the end of the
Before the
year.
end.
New merch.
New merch.
That's like the one
New
cool
merch.
thing. Probably, hopefully, show announcements for next year, but not anything this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is
We'll see.
December 8th your last show of the year?
No, December 21st is going to be
Yeah.
our last
Okay.
show.
Of
unless-
Cafe Colonial.
Yeah.
Ugly Sweater Fest.
That
I'll
is
try
with
to come.
Yeah.
Marigold, Private Coast, and Shirley Temple. It's
Yeah.
at the complex over here.
Yeah.
It'll be sick as fuck. But yeah, that's our last show unless something random comes up
Yeah.
on like the last day of the year.
That happened to be our last show. So, I think.
Awesome. Thank
Unless you
you
guys have anything else to say.
No.
Stick around for Paper Airplanes 2020.
2020.
We're coming
Kilroy
to the state near you.
Moratorium Summer 2019. It's coming out.